Hello, it's Andrew Larson, lead reviewer of Andrew Larson's Film Review channel, and I just got back from my latest journalistic assignment, watching The Fabelmans from Steven Spielberg. Spoiler-free review. So earlier this year I was watching Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and I was writing my Letterboxd review, and in the review I was like, this is the only movie Steven Spielberg's ever directed from his own original screen story. And then, as I was about to publish the review, I was fact-checking it on a computer, and I noticed that what I was saying was true up until just now, because just now Steven Spielberg has released The Fabelmans. As far as Steven Spielberg goes, my favorite Steven Spielberg movies are the movies that he produced in the 80s, Gremlins, Poltergeist. My favorite movie that Steven Spielberg has directed that I've seen is Raiders of the Lost Ark. This movie, given that it's the first movie to come from his own original screen story in decades, it's a personal vision. This is an autobiographical film. This is about Steven Spielberg growing up and disassociating into film because of the trauma that his messed up parents are putting onto him. This is a very dramatic film. The heart of the film is the parents. It's less about filmmaking and more about the parents. If a film lover is going to see this movie to see a bunch of film worship, they're only going to be partly satisfied because there's also a lot of family drama. Spoiler review. This movie has David Lynch in it. He plays the classic old Hollywood director John Ford. The heart of the movie is Paul Dano and Michelle Williams as Steven Spielberg's parents. It's not a direct autobiography. The character is not called Steven Spielberg. He's called Sammy Fabelman. Michelle Williams is great. She's the best part of the movie. The movie is mostly about the relationship between her and her husband, played by Paul Dano, and they both do a great job. The parents love each other and they're trying to make things work for the kids, but Michelle Williams is in love with Seth Rogen. And Paul Dano, he has to accept that. And as that's all happening, Steven Spielberg himself has to accept that his parents aren't perfect people. He has to accept that nobody's perfect. He has to accept that art's not perfect. And he has to accept that he's going to have some challenges ahead of him if he wants to pursue his passion. Because life isn't perfect. It's a pretty movie, a nice movie. There's a weird part where the family's camping and the mother is like half naked in see-through pajamas and she starts drunkenly dancing, and Steven Spielberg's sister is like, you guys need to stop watching and filming because she's almost naked. And Steven Spielberg's like, fuck off, we gotta film this. And Seth Rogen's like, yeah, shut up, we want to film the naked woman. And the father's like, yeah, go to bed, we need to film your naked mom. It was really awkward and uncomfortable, but kind of deep.